Now we will discuss about one of most important WinForm control you can use for tools development process. When you need to display some properties of an object to user so they can edit them, you can use property grid control. Property grid is very customizable and generic. The good use of property grid you can see inside Visual Studio WinForm Designer, through which we can change property of any control we are using at the time of designing. So like in this case we are changing from hello to hello world. We'll see how to design a class so we can bind the object of that class with the property grid. As an example, I am writing a player class. Let's make it public. Right. So this player class has couple of properties. Okay, so we have 3 fields inside our class. Now make 3 property. Right. Now we also have one enum here, which is an instead. So like different an instead of the player, like walk, run, or maybe better idea. Right. So we have now the player class, which has 3 property: name, health, energy, and an instead. Now what we'll do on the form designer, we'll create a property grid control. So let's got the property grid and set the doc property to field. That's nice. Change the property grid 1 to property grid. Brilliant. Now go to code bind. So in the constructor we'll create a player object. So player, my player is equal to so we have created our object. Now we set all these properties to property. We have changed the properties of my player object. Now we need to bind this my player object to the property grid we have just created. So this is the right. Now run the debug to see. Now all our property of my player now automatically get display on the property grid, and they are fully editable. We can change the properties to something like Harry to Tom or something, whatever we want. And also see the all our enum are now get displayed, so we can change also the enum from the drop down, which is pretty cool. Right. So now let's go back to the player class, and now what we want is that it is now showing all the public properties in an editable manner. Now like if we remove the set accessor from this property, from the name property, you will see the name property will be displayed, but it is no longer editable because the set is not there. Set accessor is gone. So see, we have the name property here, but it's no longer editable. If we try to type something, we can't type because there is no set accessor. Okay, let's uncomment this one. If we have get and set accessor, still we can make this property read only by using read only attribute. So we have read, so we need the system.component model here, namespace. So we can get read only attribute, read only, we can make it true. So what will happen now, though there is set accessor, but still this property will be non-editable. Now here there is now get and set both, but still we can't edit this property because we have read only attribute on that property. Now if you want to hide any property from property grid, what we can do, we can use browsable attribute. We can use browsable attribute. So browsable is equal to false. So what we can see is that now the property is read only, plus it will be no longer displayed on the property grid. So now we want to create a new category inside the property grid. It is very simple to do. We can create here the category attribute, and we can set the category name here, say like common category. So now we got a new category, common, under which you can find the health property. So that we can create as much as category we want. We can create very easily, and we can also get category wise display and also alphabetical display, which is very cool. We can also add description attribute, so user can see little bit description about that property on the property grid. This is health. So now if we debug it, you can see if we select the health property, it is showing us the description. It is really very handy.